This is Afghanistan! Yes, in Kabul, a group of Talibans interrogated me. There was a doctor, some Kalashnikovs, their general, and even an Al-Qaeda member. But let's start from the beginning. I was cycling from Europe to China and I was about to exit Iran. Turkmenistan denied me the visa, so I had to go to Afghanistan. So today is a big day for the travel, because today finally arrive in Afghanistan after 40 days in Iran. I am not far from the border now. I will remove the earrings, I will remove the bracelet. New adventure. I am very tired. I am very fucking tired. Plot twist, the border was closed. I at least spoke with the soldiers for half an hour. They were nice. I guess it is part of the travel to have this inconvenience. They also found me a person who drove me back to the city, and that person clearly didn't want to drive me back, but they were the soldiers, so he had to do it. I am back to the city. I have literally €1, but I'm hoping for something to happen. I think something will happen. So I'm just on the bench chilling. It is the holiday, so there is free food and free drink. Something will happen, I know. After being rejected from Afghanistan border, very quickly I found a host. Thank you very much.
Welcome. It's your house.
What is your name?
My name is Morteza, but you can call me Arai because Morteza is difficult for Genuine people.
And this is last night in Iran. Once again, very kind. Iran-Afghan border, second trial. 7 in the morning, we go again. So this is Afghanistan! Olé! 2 hours to enter the country. It's nice that people say hi and they are surprised to see me, but they started to catcall me. 10 minutes, 10 catcall, whistling, etc. No good. The border was very normal, just very long queues that I skipped since I was a tourist. On the Afghan side, they told me that it was not possible to cycle, so I had to catch this ride that brought me to Herat, the first city in Afghanistan. There are way less women on the roads, and many people are a bit less friendly. First impact of Afghanistan. And kids play with guns. Ole. I was hosted by these girls in their house. The situation was paradoxical. They wanted to host me, but they asked me not to draw attention to myself while I was going back home. Basically, I learned afterwards they were not allowed to host me in their house. They were 4 bright girls that were in prison in their house, not allowed to study and not allowed to walk alone in the streets. To avoid the prison, they were going out their house at 4 a.m. to secretly study and coming back at 7 a.m. before the day started, so the Taliban did not see them. I was awake at 8. In those days, in their neighborhood, there was a holiday, a Shia holiday, not a Taliban one, Sunni. So the Taliban didn't want it to happen. While I was there, that night, the first night, 2 people were killed during the celebrations. So impressions about Afghanistan. I'm a bit scared, because, I like the people already. Tonight I am hosted by someone who is actually from an ethnic minority that is not Sunni, so it's not of the same religion of Taliban, but it is Shia. So in this moment I'm in the Shia district that they have been very, very discriminated, if not killed in the past years. I'm scared not because of the people, not because of the Taliban necessarily, but because Mom, I didn't tell you. A couple of months ago, 2 Spanish tourists have been killed by ISIS. So not just the Taliban, but ISIS. The Taliban I've met, they are okay, they're chill with tourists. They check my passport, they say okay. A lot of bicycles. And this was a tough moment for the travel. I really didn't know what to do. Nobody travels in Afghanistan, and even the Afghans themselves don't know what is appropriate to do or not to do. They don't travel around the country. You see Talibans at every corner of the street, and they are not like normal police. They don't wear uniforms, and they just have the normal traditional clothing that are mandatory for everyone in the country. So how do you recognize a Taliban compared to a normal person? Well, the Kalashnikov that he has on his shoulder or between his legs already speaks and says a lot. DJ, stop the music. It's not allowed to listen to music in Afghanistan. In order to go from Herat to Kabul, I have to go through Kandahar, but people tell me no, it's the stronghold of Taliban, don't go there by bicycle, so I have to get a bus. 27 hours in the bus, in the desert, with no AC. The only breaks, gas stations, and to pray. Here we go with the tour of a typical gas station in Afghanistan. Yeah, first of all, the toilet hygiene standard is very high, as you can see. I guess I see also interesting engineering here. Well, then I'm quite sure here doesn't rain that much, right? Must be. Here we go. Next one. Hello, sir. That is the bus here. People wash themselves before they pray. Everybody's watching me. Perfect. There is nothing. Just desert and sunset. The roads are really terrible in Afghanistan. In 15 years of colonization, United States did not fix the problem. They just milked the gold mines and left the country in chaos. After all these wars, Afghanistan is the poorest country in Asia. Now I'm in Kabul, closer and closer to the interrogation. Protection walls, tanks, machine guns, soldiers armed to the teeth. Anshafullah is hosting me. Once again, the kindness of people is incredible. Still, he asks me not to exit the host room because the older relatives would not understand and maybe would report him. So, the morning after, I decide to leave his house and to try my luck again. Once again, they check me on the road, but this time is different. They ask me to follow them into the container that once was owned by the American army. That is their office, and in a very respectful way, they offer me a tea. They ask me what is my job, what is the purpose of my traveling, and all of this is translated by the doctor that is there. Then a new guy arrives, and he introduces himself as member of Al-Qaeda. He is a bit suspicious and he speaks English perfectly, so he starts to ask me questions. He shows me a photo, and he asks me, "Do you know what it is?" I have half a second to think about it. A microscope, I say. And I start to speak about the fact that I'm a neuroscientist, that I like microscopes, and that I'm just a student in the Netherlands. Then they start to show me photos of the head of the Taliban, but really, I have no clue who they are. So I ask, "Hey, is it your father?" I act stupid, and they believe me. I leave the place, and Hafizullah, a worker of emergency, finally takes care of me. From him, I get to know that 2 other travelers got in jail in exact same situation. So I feel lucky, but still I start to wonder, what should I do in the next days? Should I keep cycling or not? Well, you will find out in the next video. Before you close the video and while you see this guy giving us fuel, I want to tell you the last question that Taliban asked me. What do you think about a new invasion of United States? And finally, I felt free to tell the truth. And I said, I just hope freedom and peace for the people of Afghanistan.